Human Rights Writers Association has accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of nepotism. This follows the latest approval of the nomination of Yemi Cardoso to serve as the substantive governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. That also came some 48 hours after the president appointed Zaccheaus Adedeji as the acting chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. In a statement by its national coordinator, Emmanuel Onwuniko, the group said President Bola Tinubu appears to be pushing an unseemly pro-ethnic agenda. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss allegations of nepotism against the president stemming from his appointments so far. It's good to have you again on the show, Mr. Sobowale.
It's a pleasure being here, as usual.
As usual. So what do you think about this accusation from Huruwa saying that the president is pushing a pro-ethnic agenda with his recent appointments? What are your thoughts on this?
You are being hypothetical. I'm a Yoruba boy. So what do you expect me to say?
You have to be.
What the Human Rights Association has done is to ethnicize competence in government. How can you just list names of appointees that are only Yorubas? You must give room for comparison. Relatively, you cannot take it out of context or in isolation. So I resent that. But having said that, I can go further to comment. Although they were fair enough to say that in the last regime it was worse than this, they bent backwards that much. But the human rights people themselves making the allegation, you see, I can get tribalistic like that. The Igbos, you get me? And then we have to learn not to tribalize or ethnicize appointments in Nigeria. Nigeria is a nation of many ethnic states and groups and languages. Listing Yorubas like that is out of context and it's unfair. And I go forward to say it's racist. I don't take kindly to it. Because first, on nepotism, how many of the relatives of whoever they are talking about, how many of them in the Southwest, how many of them are in that government? The new appointments, old appointments. Talking of a democracy, you say it is nepotic, it is anti-undemocratic. Are ministers not appointed on the basis of one per state for 36? And if they have 47, has any state been left out? Then you say it's unconstitutional. What is unconstitutional about that? It is the prerogative of God, of the president, in the democracy, to appoint people. We have a presidential system of government. Maybe human rights does not know that. We have a presidential system of government. You have the executive, you have the legislative, and then you have the judiciary. They are all equal, and they intertwine and coexist with each other. And there are rules and regulations for how we elect legislators and how we elect president. Have those rules been broken in the election of this president? Even those who contested the election have gone to court. The court have ruled. That's our democracy at work. So it's a gross exaggeration for anybody to ethnicize and tribalize the appointments of a new government, which is has not even made all appointments to the parastatals, and all the institutions of government. Please, human rights should do its work, but make an attempt at objectivity. It is right to criticize. Democracy, thrives on criticism, but the dictum is there for democracy. Dissent is allowed, but those who have won are to act, and those who have lost are to listen and watch and wait for the next time, at election time, to get into power, not through the back door or make the work of government work of government difficult.
Okay.
And explosive, yes.
Well, we certainly hear you, Mr. Sobowale.
Yes.
But one other aspect that was raised is the large cabinet
of ministers, 47 ministers. And this is against the backdrop of trying to reduce the cost of governance. That's a glaring aspect that cannot be,
that's constructive criticism.
you know, ethnicized, like you
that.
say. So, but there's validity in that, isn't there?
Not a matter of validity. I say I agree with that.
Okay.
You get me?
Touch on that.
Because you see, it's relative. You are talking of cost of government, remuneration of those in government, vis-a-vis the situation on the ground. I think we spoke about that last week. It's not fair. So government should do something about that. But I'm not a spokesman for government. Let government fend for itself in defending itself. But all I can say is that the government must cut its coat according to its size. You get me? And lead by example in showing people that it is getting frugal in these lean times. That's my take.
Well, we're talking about Nigeria, and there's this very popular Sunny Ade lyrics that says, Nigeria, iti gbogbo wa ni." And what we're seeing with
Yoruba too?
Yes.
That's Yoruba.
Mr. Sobowale.
Still ethnicizing it. I'm a Yoruba man.
But what they do, they emphasize the need for transparent and inclusive governance, which is very important. Do you think that the president should address these concerns about nepotism to ensure that these appointments...
Where is the example of nepotism? That's malapropism, misuse of words. How many of the relatives are in government? Should they admitted as much? How many people from Dayo were in the last government? Did they say anything there? How many people of Tinubu's family have you seen in government? Say nepotism, you know the meaning? Please, let us watch our language and argue contextually and at least make an effort at objectivity. This is what we should be doing.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Sobowale, for your time and analysis.